Ever since COVID, the world has shifted, and not exactly for the better. Things feel dull now, almost drained of color. But if we're being real, so do we. Somewhere along the line, we lost a little bit of fire. And if you're honest with yourself, you've probably felt it too, the same old promise. Every year, we chant the same mantra. This is going to be my year. We said it in 2023. We said it again in 2024. But let's face it, it wasn't. And 2025 won't be either, unless you make it so. Just a few minutes? Give me just a few minutes of your time. And I help you lock in for 2025. For real this time, not here to motivate. But let me be clear. I'm not here to give you a motivational pep talk. Motivation is temporary. It's a sugar rush. And I'm not in the business of selling candy. I'm here to offer tools, perspective, and the tough love you probably need to actually take control of this year. I know you've been trying. Now, I won't be too harsh. I know you've been trying, or at least you think you have. Maybe you started bulking but bailed after 2 weeks because life got hectic. Maybe you set goals, but they were so vague they were easy to forget. I want to be better. Better at what? Blinking, breathing. You've been doing that since day one. Trying isn't enough. Trying isn't enough if you're only giving it half your effort. You're not falling short because life is unfair, though. Yeah, sometimes it is. You're falling short because you're waiting for the universe to magically align with your vibe. But, newsflash, it won't align with your goals. You have to align yourself with your goals. And that starts with what matters most, your time. The no time lie. You say, I don't have time. Really? You had time to scroll TikTok for 3 hours yesterday. You had time to rewatch the same show for the 4th time because it's a classic. You had time to lie in bed, staring at the ceiling, thinking about how you have no time. You don't lack time. See the pattern? You don't lack time. You're just wasting it. Let's break it down. 24 hours in a day. Say you sleep for 8, work or study for another 8, and spend 2 hours eating, commuting, or whatever else. That still leaves you with 6 hours every single day. So ask yourself, what are you really doing with them? Find the problem. If you don't have a confident answer, then guess what? There's your problem. We're in the golden age of learning. We're living in a time where you can learn just about anything for free or close to it. Want to start a business? There are guides, templates, and AI tools to walk you through it. Want to get in shape? There are apps, YouTube channels, and online communities ready to push you. Want to learn a new skill? Platforms like Coursera, Skillshare, or even the right TikTok creators have got your back. Your phone is a tool. So why are you using your phone to scroll aimlessly instead of using it to level up? Your phone isn't the enemy, you are. It's just a tool. But treat it like a toy and it'll treat you like a joke. Tools need plans. But even tools are useless without a plan. And that brings us to the real game changer, systems. Systems over goals. Saying, I want to save money is adorable. But what's your system? Are you tracking expenses, automating your savings, or just praying your bank account surprises you like a pop quiz? Systems apply to everything. The same logic applies to fitness, learning, relationships, everything. Goals without systems are just wishes. Systems make it happen. Systems are what keep you moving when motivation disappears. They're the boring, consistent routines that bring real results. Meal prepping, study schedules, workout plans. They're what separate the people who actually do things from the ones who just talk about doing things. The gritty grind and why you should welcome it. Let's be real. Most of what actually makes you successful isn't thrilling. It's not glamorous. It's mundane. It's repetitive. It's dragging yourself out of bed before sunrise to train when you'd rather hit snooze. It's turning down plans so you can focus and study. It's pushing through with zero applause. The grind isn't meant to be fun. It's meant to be essential. And the sooner you stop expecting every step to feel exciting, the sooner you'll start seeing real progress. But here's the twist. Grinding doesn't have to look like it did 10 years ago. The times have evolved. The game has changed. You've got to open your eyes and recognize the unmatched opportunities right in front of you. And you know what else is massive? We're living in the most resource-rich era in human history. There's no excuse for being clueless or standing still. Want to earn more money? There are countless income streams out there. Want to master coding, public speaking, singing, dancing, drawing, editing, animating, writing, flirting, or even just touching grass? Free tutorials everywhere. Want to get better at anything? Google it. It might not always be perfect, but you'll still learn something valuable. Oh, you see it now? You're not stuck because there's a lack of opportunity. You're stuck because you're not grabbing them. And no, doom scrolling motivational content isn't the same as taking action. You might be watching this video, you might be nodding your head, but be honest. Are you truly putting in the work? Stop being a passive observer of your own life. Start being the main character. Here's the real kicker. Most people don't take action because of one myth: balance. You've been sold this fantasy that you can juggle everything flawlessly. Work, growth, rest, life. But in reality, that perfect balance, it's rare, it's overrated. If you want something badly enough, you'll have to let some things drop. Sacrifice is part of the deal. It means self-destruction or burnout. It means ruthless prioritization. Like your life depends on it, because in a way it does. You won't reach your goals by squeezing them into leftover time. They need to be front and center, not optional, not negotiable. And to get there, you have to ask yourself the one question that matters. Am I really trying? It's easy to say you're trying, but are you really in the arena? Are you all in or just dabbling? There's a big difference between giving effort and giving consistent effort. One gives you short-term wins, if that. The other, it changes your life. Be brutally honest. If you're not where you want to be, is the world really against you? Or are you just not locked in? Are you failing because of your circumstances or because you haven't fully committed yet? You can't half commit and expect full results. I'm not saying this is someone perfect, because I'm not, but I am the best version of myself I've ever been. And that's because I stopped waiting for success and started demanding it. If I can do that, what makes you think you can't? You and I, we're not so different. This is your wake-up call. A nudge. A reminder. I'm not going to end this with some cheesy, "you've got this," because maybe you don't, not yet. That part is up to you. But I'll tell you this. If you really commit, like really lock in, then 2025 won't be next year's my year again. It'll be, this year is mine. The world's not going to magically fix itself for you. It's messy, it's dull, it's hard. But you're sharp, you're tough, you're flexible, and most of all, you're a total cutie pie. You can rebuild yourself, and maybe, just maybe, that'll bring a little color back into the world too. So, are you in? Or are we having this same conversation again next year? You tell me.